how to use Surfline properly. Two of the most common questions I get are how do I read, how do I use Surfline, and also maybe more of a comment is people always say, why is Surfline so bad at predicting my local beach? So I will show you guys how I use Surfline. I'm currently living here on the east coast of the North Island in New Zealand at the moment. Let's zoom into my local beaches and I'll explain to you guys how I use Surfline and what to look for. So these beaches out here, the most exposed part of this coastline here, and I always look at that forecast because Surfline will give you more of an idea of what swell is in and around the coast and in the water around this area here. So this is where Surfline is very accurate at predicting what swell is in the water. It's often not accurate at predicting how much of that swell is getting into particular beaches. And that's where you need to sort of figure that out and take note of that. So for example, if I click on this beach here, it says basically saying that it's flat. But I know, so if we click on it, okay, here we go. See where my mouse cursor is here. It's saying it's basically flat and it's poor. However, it's also saying that there is a 2.8 meter southerly swell in the water and a 0.7 meter easterly or northeast east swell in the water, both at around 10-11 seconds. So I know that both of those swells will actually be getting in there. So what happens is these south swells, as long as they don't have too much west in them and they have enough period in them, will actually wrap around here. So the key is, rather than looking at the local forecast, you can go to, so if I go here to the swell magnet around here, and again, same stats really. It's telling you what swell is in the water in this section here. So this is what you need to take note of. And rather than, I never look at this, basically. Some beaches will be, some of the more popular beaches around the world, Surfline does sort of take note about making this part of the forecast accurate, but this is what you want to take note of. You want to take note of three things: the size of the swell, the period of the swell, and the angle of the swell. And see how it says it's a south? It's not accurate enough. So I know that a 185 degree south swell is not really going to get in that well, but as soon as that goes to 180, 170, there's a touch of east or straight south, I know that swell is going to get in as long as it's above 11, 12 seconds and a certain size. So I know that for my local beaches, you need to figure that out. What is the size, period, and angle of swell that give me good waves at my local beach? And good way to do it is when you get to the beach and it's good, it's surfable, take a photo of the conditions and while you're suiting up, and then take a screenshot on your Surfline app and just start to get to know. I basically know a certain window of swell, size, and period for the type of waves that I'm getting at my local beaches. So use Surfline basically as a swell predictive app rather than is the surf going to be good at my local beach kind of app. And you will have much more success and fun using Surfline to predict your surfs.